Okay, I just had a conversation with someone that is at a minimum narcissistic. I was walking to this very nice restaurant here, and I'm actually out right now, right? And it was interesting having this conversation because, and keep in mind, this could have been a male or female, but in this case, it just happened to be that it was a narcissistic male. So, of course, we were talking about some business related stuff, and yeah, it's kind of a long story, but anyway, through the discussion of the business related stuff, we somehow got on the subject of his baby mama, right? And he was saying that, of course, she's crazy. And whether it be the male that's narcissistic or the female, remember, everybody they was with was crazy now. Um, they're not provoking these people. These people are just crazy, y'all. So, anyway, he said that she tried to fight him, which of course I do not approve of domestic violence. That's definitely no resort or the last resort. However, I asked him, I said, well, what was her trigger? What was her problem? And he said, I don't know. She's just crazy. Then he mentioned that she said she had a side dude for like a year, right? So she had a side boyfriend for like a year. So he kind of paints it as if she's the cheater. So I said, oh, she's the cheater. But then he mentions that he was actually, yes, thank you. So then he mentions that he cheats too. So keep in mind, I asked him initially, what is this lady's triggers? So he mentions that she's cheating also. So both are cheating on one another. So it could be possible that she's narcissistic also, or she's what you call the dirty empath, where she's being provoked and her narcissistic traits are coming out because of what he's doing. However, at the end of the day, he says, well, she just want to kick it. I said, well, kick it how? Because these are people that are definitely middle-aged, right? And when I say middle-aged, these people are 40 and over. So I'm like, well, what do you call kicking it? And he said, oh, she wants to go out and go to a concert and stuff like that. And then he mentioned a club. But keep in mind, not all clubs are just childish. I mean, you have clubs in upper end places where they have nice comedy shows or whatever. However, some people, when they're middle aged, they just won't go to a club. However, there's other things that you can do, like the concert. Okay, what's wrong with going to a concert? However, this gentleman, he's really cool and he's always been a kind person to myself and my family. However, there are some substance abuse issues. This is a working man, but this is a functional, what I would call alcoholic, basically. Or he could at least use some help in that area. So I just said, well, I'm going to do this video because, of course, since I'm a YouTuber, I want to actually show you and tell you some of the conversations I have with people. So just never forget that. When the narcissist, and this man is still living with this woman, okay? And he gave me some nice compliments of that he thought I looked younger than what I was and that I seemed like a nice looking lady. And he threw in some sidebars, because like he said, him and the baby mama or the mother of his child, they both cheat. So either both of these people are narcissistic or one is empathic, which is the one that's kind of going off, or she's turning into like the dirty empath. But at a minimum, he's definitely narcissistic. And the reason I say that is he looks so lost and confused as to why they're having problems and why this lady is acting up. And never forget this. When you're in relationships with narcissists, whether they be a full-blown narcissist where they can be diagnosed with NPD, or they're just someone that's highly narcissistic, your relationship will most likely be very boring. And the narcissist won't understand, whether they're male or female, that there needs to be other elements to balance your relationship out, other than just both of y'all going to work and taking care of the kids. You know, like you two, even if you have kids, a husband and wife, they need their alone time also. That's why you have a lot of narcissists, when they break up, or not break up, when their kids grow up and they're empty nesters, there's nothing else for them to do together, because the narcissist did not build a relationship with their wife or husband or their significant other. So, number one, I want to say this. That's a clear sign that you're with someone that's either a narcissist or narcissistic, is that they won't have much else for you to do together. And that's why a lot of empathic people, they're always angry and fighting and arguing with the narcissist, because at the end of the day, that empathic person is bored also. Oh, and the entire time, the narcissistic gentleman was telling me about his experience, whether it be this lady attacked him, she went off, she's crazy. There was one thing he had on his face the entire time. He had a smile and a smirk, and he often looked away and did not make eye contact. Because, oh, my relative over here said something on the sidebar, but he's trying to add his input. But anyway, just keep that in mind. And then the narcissistic gentleman, he mentions that, because I asked, I said, well, are you married to this lady? He said no. And you know, I'm tired of her telling people that I'm her wife. What if one of these other people wanted me or something? I'm just tired of that, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, now keep in mind, they have a teenage daughter. So he's been with this lady a very long time. I mean, we talking about 15 years, just about, right? So a lot of people will do that when they've been together a long time. They will call each other husband and wife, even though they are not legally married. And most people can understand why they're doing that. If I was with someone that long and he started calling me his wife, I would get that. He's calling me his wife because I've been with him so very long. Okay, but the narcissistic gentleman, he didn't know why in the world this woman would be calling him her husband, and they have a child together. I mean, a biological child. So this was just interesting. It's interesting when you have conversations with narcissists or narcissistic men and women. And like I said, this could also be this play out that I'm saying, what he was saying. A woman could be saying this same stuff. So gentlemen, if you're out and you're having a conversation with a friend and she's the narcissistic female, her storyline is going to be just the same as what the gentleman was telling me. She's crazy. Well, she'll be saying, yeah, whoever she's with, her significant other, her husband's crazy. She don't know why he acting up. She don't know why he want to go places. And she don't know why this man called her his wife. It could be the same as what I dealt with this gentleman. So, yeah, beware, y'all, because it's interesting to have these conversations. And I love how the Lord puts me in these situations, because I can bring this to you in a video. So be a better listener. You know, I asked a few questions and I got all the information I wanted just through the few questions. You know, by first of all acting like, what's her problem? You know, why is she going off? Well, you seem like a nice guy. Why is this woman going off? And narcissistic people, they never get why you flipping out. And that's why you got to stop flipping out and just leave them alone. Now, some of them will get that. Okay. So, anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. And I love y'all. Okay. Have a great night. Thank you.